Mark, good afternoon. Thanks for joining me here in Boston.
Thank you for having me.
So, an interesting time, an exciting time, a little bit of a challenging time for cable operators these days, looking to increase revenues, but at the same time they're faced with actually some challenges in retaining subscriber bases. What are you seeing?
You know what, there are challenges, but these are great challenges. It's a wonderful thing. The subscribers want this, the technology's here, there's lots of different ways to deliver it, and even little companies like Teleview, we're building stuff that can stand up with the best of them. So it's a very important time to just get this technology out, get it into their hands, and get the cable operators something that they can test different forms of content, different pricing packages, different promotional things to get that viewership and get that subscriber base established.
So is it about the operators generating additional revenue, finding new revenue streams, or is it really about retaining that existing client base?
That's an excellent question, especially for this company, Teleview. Teleview has traditionally been about local and hyper-local content. All those channels that are specific to a township or a small region. Things that people want, they don't pay for. In the beginning they had small intrinsic value because subscribers wanted to be at a cable operator because they had those local channels. Now that intrinsic value has grown, and eventually it's going to grow to the point they're going to pay for it. But before, cable operators would add local or hyper-local content and use that to compete with satellite, which was all nationally broadcast, did not have local. Now that local content is getting so interesting and the production value is going up that people want to watch it, that a cable operator will compete with a telco operator just based on who's got the better local content. So at Teleview, we make products and services that enable cable operators and their municipalities to generate lots and lots and lots of content. And we're building this out like crazy, that we can not only provide it as a channel on a cable system, but we can deliver it to a multitude of devices. So there's just the value, there's the draw of the local and hyper-local community wanting this content.
So you're saying that on the video side, on the video content side, local and hyper-local content is a much different story than what we saw online with things like patch.com.
Similar, but what's getting very interesting at local and hyper-local is high school football, high school sports. This is in solid demand right now, and as an operator, you're not going to keep your subscribers if you don't have that. And so it's getting much more interesting. There's certain things getting under demand.
So it really is about retention, not about additional revenue, because I don't know if people are going to pay for the local.
It's in retention right now, but operators are wall gardening this stuff, so you can only get this content from that cable operator or from that telco operator, somebody like that. So it becomes a bundle enhancer. That bundle is worth more, so they will start to draw a few more dollars extra for that.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about the TV channel in the box that Teleview's got.
TV channel in a box. Well, a couple of years ago, when a cable operator had to do local and hyper-local content, they had DVDs, they had tapes, they had content FTP to them, they had this mishmash of stuff, and they had to make it all into something that worked on a cable network, and it was just a big pain in the butt, frankly. But what we've done is consolidated all that into a box. We take off-the-shelf hardware, we have our software, which we've developed over 10 years. It's got many features and many workflow conveniences, and now it's all a cable operator needs, and it also supports all digital workflows. So now with all digital workflows, just with a mid-grade PC and a couple $1,000s worth of software, a cable operator can produce higher production value content and much more simply, and get it loaded onto a server, very simply manage it and create a lineup and get a channel to go. They buy our servers, they're up and running within 2 hours. They're emanating a channel just like that. It's that easy.
Now, are we still talking about local cable operators?
Well, there's two different types. There's the local cable operators who do local origination, stuff for the townships, the high school football games, things like that. We have sold to the top 6 cable operators. We have 100% of footprint in one of them, 50% in another, and aggressively growing the others. At that corporate level, there's something called leased access. Operators can lease channel time and air time on their channels. So one of these particular top tier cable operators, they get cultural programmers from overseas pounding on the door that want to deliver content and have it aired on their systems in places like San Francisco and Los Angeles, which have which have cultural bases that they want to air that to. So now that becomes commercial business. They get the content in, they air it, they bill those programmers to air that content. So it's becoming business at a corporate level as well.
So where does Telview sit in terms of enabling a relationship like that?
It's the very same servers that you do local originations. The local systems buy our servers and use it for local origination. The top tier cable operators, one of those operators has a bank of our servers hanging off their national fiber backbone, and 100% of their leased access is done on servers the very same way. The difference is our servers now also have a traffic and billing interface. So their media people, the same people who schedule ads with the traffic and billing system, can schedule leased access, which is still a sales service. It's a revenue generating service. They don't get mired in all the intricacies of what it takes to air that channel. There's just a traffic and billing system selling airtime, just like they would for ads. They do it for leased access.
Great, Mark, thank you for joining us today.